Okay, I'm going to talk about my guitar pedal board today. The first half of this video is going to be like me just talking about the board and the routing, and the back half is going to be just a bunch of tones. Basically, I'm going to go through a lot of tones and play a lot of guitar just to vibe out with it. But to start, I want to talk about like the inspiration of it. It kind of started as I moved away and I was wanting to play guitar more, and so the big impetus was getting the Walrus ACS1, the amp modeler, and I realized, oh, it's got 2 amp sims. I can run a stereo chain into it, but I didn't have any stereo pedals, so I decided to get a splitter and run 2 mono chains. Thought that sounded really cool, and then I got really into Cassiopeia, and I bought the Yamaha DG Stomp, because the DG Stomp is based on the DG amp series. It's basically the same preamp, and then it has amp modelers in it. It sounds really good, I think. It's this guy. Does a lot of cool things. And as I noticed my guitar board was getting bigger and bigger, I wanted something more. So I ended up with this. This is where we stand now. It's got some decorations, some lights. First thing you notice is the giant tree. Why is there a tree on your board? It's not very, you can't take it places. I know, I don't care, I'm not gigging right now. I wanted this to be like the centerpiece of my apartment, so it's kind of like a bonsai garden. Yeah, that's the inspiration, and like the aquarium plants growing like around my pedals. Because it's kind of, the board has grown as I've grown and changed as a person, and this is the iteration I'm really happy with right now, and I'm gonna walk through everything, but nothing is permanent. So starts off this old Boss looper, used to be my dad's. I don't do it much for looping. Hi. But this volume knob goes way past unity, so I'm kind of using it as a front end boost. Not really to drive my amps as much as to drive my pedals, because a lot of these pedals kind of have a low headroom and it gives some really cool sounds. Anyways, it goes out of this into this AB box. The one side of this goes into the Yamaha DG, which I have a couple of presets on, which I'll show you later, and then stereo out to the Behringer mixer. The other side goes into this Hardwire chorus on, I think either a studio or multi-setting, basically just to add some dimensionality. One side goes into the Dweller, the Hello Kitty Fuzz, then the Infinite Jets, the Evermore, which is a really, really good reverb, into the Russian Muff, into a Marshall amp sim, JCM 800. And the other side goes into the Yamaha, or the Boss DD8. That splits again into stereo, and then one side goes to the Rainger pull focus, Earthquaker Plumes, Keeley Parallax on the soft focus setting and no modulation on the delay, and then Walrus Julia, and that goes into a Vox AC30 sim. And this strip is the Time Shadows 2. I usually use that. I use it on both settings, but if it's on the Earthquakers, mainly it's like an octave down. Into the Behringer Super Fuzz on Voice 2, all the bass mixed in. This is going to be like your low end, pushing things into nutso mode. Catalinbread soft focus. Doesn't sound exactly like the Yamaha FX500, but it sounds great. And this is one of the things that has a low headroom. A lot of the reverbs here have low headroom, it seems like, based on the amount of signal I'm pushing into it, at least comparatively. And what that means is how much signal I can actually take before it starts to clip it. So even when I have no dirt on, I can get some really cool distortion sounds using just time bass effects. This guy, Donner Dark Mouse, it's a rat. Exploding head, awesome pedal. Into a Polara. And if you know about Polaras, you know what this is for. This is a reverse reverb split into both sides, both on Marshall settings. And I have everything routed to this board. This chain and this chain are both kind of panned slightly off center. This chain is panned hard left and right, and this chain, or the DG, is panned somewhere in between. And that's just to give like a wide range of different sounds. I don't know why this is so high. Here's kind of the mixer board idea. And then out of this, there's an effects send, and that goes into my Yamaha FX500 on a soft focus patch. It's actually a Yamaha FX500B, which is the bass version. The only real difference is that the EQ, I think it's a 4-band EQ rather than a 3-band, and then it has overdrive instead of distortion. But if you're a nerd and you really want the soft focus patch, you can get these for like half the price of an FX500, and neither of them use the distortion. Or like, it doesn't come with the soft focus built in, you have to make it yourself, but it doesn't use the distortion in the FX500, so you can get the same sound. It sounds great. And then I have some expression for the guys that require expression, and that's cool. But yeah, I'm really just like, really enjoy just sitting here and playing through it. And that's my ramble and my rant. And I'm going to play you some sounds. I forgot to mention, this is the guitar I'm using. It's a Teisco Delray E110, 1967, I think. I did a little bit of work to it, nothing major, basically just some restoration fretwork. And I got this little reminder on here, it says use the volume knob, because this board has a lot of, I don't even know what you would call it. It responds very well to volume changes, but not like overall master volume. It's basically controlling the amount of signal that's being run into the pedals that gets affected, and you get a lot of different tones. And you can really, if you keep it dimed, you can distort a lot of the reverbs, but if you roll it back, you can keep it really pristine. And I'll kind of show you through that as we go.